Imagine a man who walks among the crowd but is never a part of it. A man who doesn't follow society's rules. He creates his own. He doesn't seek approval, doesn't need validation, and doesn't care what others think. He is a Sigma male. But here's the truth. The world doesn't like Sigma males. Why? Because they can't be controlled. They don't rebel against the system. They rise above it. And when you start living like a Sigma male, the world will do everything to break you. Or worse, try to erase you. Most people are trapped in a cycle, following rules they never question, living a life dictated by others. They think they are free, but they are not. They work jobs they hate, follow trends that mean nothing, and chase approval that will never satisfy them. And if you're not careful, you'll end up just like them, powerless, lost, and stuck in a life you never wanted. But what if there were hidden rules that only true Sigma males follow? Rules that give them an edge over everyone else. Rules that make them untouchable. Today, we're revealing 5 secret rules of the Sigma male. Rules that can change everything if you have the courage to understand and apply them. Do you want to stay trapped in an ordinary life? Or do you want to discover the principles that set you apart from the rest of the world? Let's begin. Rule number 1, the lone wolf mentality, mastering absolute independence. There's a reason the Sigma male is often compared to a lone wolf. He doesn't rely on a pack to survive. He doesn't need validation, support, or guidance. While the world teaches people to network and play the game, the Sigma male plays by a different set of rules. He creates his own path. Imagine a man who walks into a room full of people. Some are laughing, others are trying to impress each other, and a few are competing for attention. But this man, he walks in with quiet confidence. He doesn't need to prove anything. He's not looking for approval. He knows his value. And because of that, everyone can feel his presence without him saying a word. Most people are desperate for validation. They post their lives online, hoping for likes and comments. They chase social circles, trying to fit in. But a Sigma male operates differently. He doesn't seek approval because he approves of himself. He doesn't need anyone to tell him he's on the right path. He just knows. But here's the downside. When you adopt this mentality, people will misunderstand you. They'll call you arrogant, antisocial, or even cold. Why? Because they fear what they don't understand. Society is built on dependency, people depending on friends, jobs, systems. When they see someone who is truly independent, it threatens their way of thinking. A Sigma male is self-sufficient in every way. He doesn't rely on people emotionally, financially, or mentally. He knows that the moment you become dependent on someone else, you give them power over you. That's why he masters his emotions, builds his own wealth, and sharpens his mind. He is a fortress, impenetrable. But here's the question. Are you ready to be truly independent? Because independence isn't just about being alone. It's about being powerful enough to not need anyone. It's about walking into any situation and knowing deep down that you can handle it on your own. Most people live their entire lives in fear of being alone. But a Sigma male, he thrives in it because he knows when you need nothing from anyone, you become unstoppable. But here's the thing. Independence without control is just chaos. And that's why rule number 2 is so powerful. Rule number 2, control your emotions, control your life. Think about the most powerful people in the world. Do you ever see them reacting emotionally? They are always in control. Their emotions don't dictate their actions. Their logic does. Now, imagine a man who loses his temper over a small insult. Someone criticizes him and he explodes. What does that tell you? It tells you he's weak. He's letting other people control him. But a Sigma male, he never lets emotions get the best of him. Picture this. You're in an argument and someone is trying to provoke you. Most people would get angry, raise their voice, or lash out. But a Sigma male, he stays calm, collected, unreadable. And that's what scares people. Because when someone can't get a reaction out of you, they lose all power over you. This rule isn't just about staying calm. It's about absolute control over yourself. When you master your emotions, you become immune to manipulation. People can't guilt trip you, insult you, or pressure you into doing something against your will. You move through life untouchable. But here's the mistake most people make. They think controlling emotions means suppressing them. Wrong. Sigma males don't ignore their emotions. They understand them. When they feel anger, they analyze. When they feel sadness, they process it. They never let emotions cloud their judgment, and this gives them an edge over everyone else. While others are distracted by emotional chaos, a Sigma male stays focused on his mission, and that's exactly why they don't chase, they attract. Rule number 3, never chase, always attract. Most people waste their lives chasing. They chase success, relationships, approval, always running after something that seems just out of reach. But the Sigma male, he doesn't chase, he attracts. Imagine 2 men. One is desperate for attention, always trying to impress others. He talks too much, brags too often, and bends over backward to please people. The other, silent, mysterious, confident. He doesn't try to impress, He just exists in his own space. And because of that, people are drawn to him. This is the power of attraction. The more you chase, the more things run away from you. But the moment you stop chasing and start focusing on yourself, everything starts coming to you naturally. Sigma males understand this deeply. They don't beg for attention. They don't seek validation. They focus on becoming the best version of themselves. And because of that, success, respect, and even relationships come effortlessly to them. So stop chasing, start becoming. Because the moment you focus on yourself, the world starts paying attention. And the way to make sure no one sees your moves before they happen, that's rule number 4. Rule number 4, move in silence. Let your actions speak. A Sigma male doesn't announce his plans. He doesn't brag about his goals. He just executes. Most people love talking about what they're going to do. They tell everyone about their big dreams, their next move, but never follow through. A Sigma male operates differently. He moves in silence and lets his success make the noise. Think about a lion hunting in the wild. It doesn't roar before attacking. It moves quietly, strategically, powerfully. By the time its prey realizes what's happening, it's too late. This is how a Sigma male moves. No noise, just results. He doesn't waste time seeking approval or explaining his plans. He simply does what needs to be done. And when success comes, he still doesn't brag. Because true power doesn't need validation. So the next time you think about telling people your plans, don't. Just do the work. Shock them with your success. And when life throws unexpected challenges your way, that's when rule number 5 separates the weak from the powerful. Rule number 5, adapt and dominate any situation. A Sigma male is a master of adaptation. He can walk into any room, any challenge, and adjust instantly. Think about water. It takes the shape of whatever container it's in. It doesn't resist, it adapts. But at the same time, it's unstoppable. It can seep through cracks, carve through rock, and flood entire cities. This is how a Sigma male moves through life. He doesn't fight unnecessary battles, he adjusts and outsmarts. He doesn't let obstacles stop him, he finds a way around them. This is the difference between winners and losers. Most people complain when things don't go their way. Sigma males find a way to win, no matter the circumstance, because at the end of the day, life isn't fair. The world doesn't care about your excuses. Adapt or be left behind. So ask yourself, are you flexible enough to win in any situation? Because the one who adapts always dominates. Most people live their entire lives chained to society's expectations, to the opinions of others, to a system designed to keep them weak. They wake up, go to jobs they hate, follow trends that don't matter, and seek validation that will never truly satisfy them. They exist, but they don't live. But a Sigma male? He is different. He refuses to be just another name in the system. He doesn't live on his knees, begging for approval. He walks his own path, alone if necessary, but never weak. And that path is not easy. Society doesn't want you to be independent. It doesn't want you to control your emotions, move in silence, or adapt to any situation. It wants you weak, dependent, distracted. It wants you chasing approval, wasting time, and doubting yourself. Because the moment you step into your true power, the moment you stop chasing and start becoming, you become untouchable. But here's the truth. Most people will never take this path. Most will stay exactly where they are, afraid to change, afraid to break free. They will hear these rules, agree with them, and then do nothing. They will go back to scrolling, back to following, back to being controlled. But you are not most people. If you made it this far, if you're still watching, then something inside you is different. A part of you knows you were meant for more. You weren't born to be just another follower. You weren't born to live in fear, to stay small, to be ordinary. You were meant to rise. But knowledge alone is not power. Action is. Because at the end of the day, knowing these Sigma male rules means nothing if you don't apply them. If you don't start moving in silence, mastering your emotions, refusing to chase, and creating your own path, then you will stay exactly where you are, stuck in the same cycle as everyone else. So the real question is, what are you going to do now? Are you going to walk away from this video and forget everything you just heard? Or are you going to take control of your life, right here, right now? If you're ready to break free, if you're ready to build the kind of life that most people only dream of, then start today. Start now. And if you want more videos like this, more rules, more strategies, more secrets that only the top 1% understand, then hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, because this is just the beginning. The journey doesn't stop here. And don't keep this knowledge to yourself. If you know someone who needs to hear this, someone who is lost in the system, share this video with them.